Bra Lab, which is also my studio.
Charlie?
This is Chuck.
Chuck.
I have, my two friends. One is Sarah.
Oh, look at Sarah.
And Sarah
Has
is wearing a
original?
reproduction made from two jock straps of the original Jog Bra prototype. The idea that this first Jog Bra made from jock straps solved several problems we had with sports bras. These are actually sort of compressive panels instead of molded cups, which kept everything close. Wide band, really comfortable. And then the crossback, which is really different, meant that the straps couldn't fall down. It's changed a little and it's changed a lot. Absolutely.
Changed, but the basic shape and support is, the straps and.
Absolutely. And it's the 40th anniversary
yeah.
this year. 1977 is when when the Jog Bra, by the company Jog Bra, which evolved into Champion, was founded.
Okay.
And it's, it's kind of cute, don't you think?
It is, definitely.
Kind of retro.
Well, this is retro trendy.
Absolutely. One of the things that really drives me in my design work is prototyping. I'm a huge fan of Tom Kelly from IDEO and his ideas about sort of quick and dirty prototyping and what you can learn. Play-Doh, paper, one of the things I taught myself recently in prototyping my device was how to mix and apply. So I'm using my cake decorating set in the kitchen to apply bands. And it's actually silicone. You have part A and part B. And then I also had to use another agent to make it not quite so runny. Otherwise it would just run out of my cake decorating tip. So then sort of practicing, getting a little ribbon. In the prototype process.
You're a mad scientist.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with the concept of prototyping, you build things. I have Dremel tools, I have jigsaws, I have drills, all kinds of little tools. And all the years in sports bra research, design, tech design, development, I really look at that more as industrial design. Because when we're exercising, we run, a lot of impact comes through the body, there's a lot of motion, a lot of sweating if you're getting your money's worth out of your workout. Yeah. We have very repetitive motions, so you might be getting chafing. Yeah. A looser bra is worse because when you're running and your shoulders go back and forth, so the straps are on your shoulders, and so they're constantly sort of tugging on the band. Yeah. So if the band is a little looser, it can slide on the skin. Right. You want it to stay in place. So snugger is better. That inner surface is really, really critical. The edge of elastic, if the stitching on the elastic isn't smooth. That really gets it. Plus then you have another thing going on. Your breasts are elastic, and so they're actually also moving down and tugging back up and down. So you have side to side chafing, and then you have the up and down, and so
it's a lot of motion.
A lot of motion, and that area is really critical. Yeah. So making sure this is a no-fly zone that you can't be flipping up out of your sports bra. Yeah. I do take issue with plungy sports bras because breasts are kind of like the cows on the farm that I grew up in. They can find a place in the fence to get out. They will. And actually there is a functional reason to open up the bra here, and that's because of sweating and perspiration. Okay. Too much coverage, if it's not the right kind of fabric, gets really hot. Mm-hmm. So it's finding the best compromise. Right. Everyone is so different. This is a very complex topology. Yeah. A lot of ins and outs and curves on a relatively small area of the chest. And another thing, I'll actually use this to illustrate. Wow. If I have this, as you can see, I might have more of the fullness low, more of the fullness might be higher, and more of the fullness might be under my arm or toward the center. And it might be higher on the chest, lower on the chest. So you have all
those variables.
All of these variables, which really makes design challenging. Mm-hmm. I've said many times there is no piece of apparel more difficult to design well than a sports bra because of how it has to fit, what it has to do, can't chafe, all of these other factors.
A lot of factors to
and our bodies are wonderfully unique. Absolutely. The other thing with sports bras is women feel they're very often traditional and personal about their bras. Our bras are our most personal piece of apparel. We want a little change, a little cuteness, maybe a strappy back instead of a racer back. But for the most part, it's sort of like, this is my comfort zone with contraptions. Part of it is I want to look good in my sports bra, but I don't want unnecessary attention, which is what modesty is about. It's like, if I feel modest in this bra, it means there's nothing about the bra itself or what it reveals that calls attention to me that I don't want.
Right.
I think early on we were very obsessed with function, with the straps not slipping, just that's sort of what I call the inward facing experience with the bra, which is how do I feel on my sports bra? Is it hot and sweaty? All those things.
Yeah.
What's been really interesting to me in the last probably 6 or 7 years is a different, what I call an outward facing dimension, which is how do I look in my sports bra?
Right.
And we've seen the emergence of padded sports bras, which were plungy, push up, and I got very curious about that, thinking about the fact that there's no other piece of athletic apparel that we as women would tolerate being bulky or thicker, hotter, damper. I mean, we're not gonna, want pads in our leggings or anything.
Right.
But in a sports bra, it's like, wow, I want to know about this. Why do you like it? Is it to enhance, accentuate, or is it sort of for modesty or to hide? And in my group, I found women on both ends of the scale. I want my breasts to be more
perky,
curvy. Sure,
yeah.
I want to accentuate, but a lot of women, it's like, I don't want my nipples to show. I don't want to call undue attention. Even from the point of view of I don't want seams on the cups, because someone will say, what's that under your shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, I asked them specifically, knowing you're going to be hotter, warmer, bulkier,
heavier,
wetter in this bra, do you still want to wear your padding? It's like, yep, I still do.
I'll put up with it.
And one of my really interesting participants in this group was a woman training for the U.S. Olympic Marathon. And so I was very curious with her, asking her, okay, when you're training, I understand you like the padding, you like the shaping, but certainly you're going to the Olympic trials. You're going to want to be as just stripped down, light, and whatever.
Yeah.
And I was really amazed. She said, actually, when I race, I'm more concerned with appearance. I don't want my nipples showing. I'm very thin to start with. I'm a 32C. I like my curves, which really, surprised me. I love my focus groups because they educate me so much.
Ta-ta tees.
My ta-ta tees, which are really amazing.